and the domestic tariff zone in Nellore district. And of course, Sri Power is our power developing arm as well. We have quite a few, technology partners. We've met with Amit for solar, and then quite a few of them in the PV modules, inverters, and the balance of system space. I'll not go through this detail. Quickly come to, the real life experiences in terms of some of the projects we have done, and then share my experiences in terms of, what has gone right and what has not gone right in those projects. This is the 1 megawatt rooftop plant that we have done at IIT Madras. This is, basically, all of the IIT's buildings have been covered with, the photograph like what you're seeing. These are all elevated structure because IIT wanted to use that roof space for their, normal work as well. This 1 megawatt is all with crystalline silicon modules, and I think the innovation here is these buildings are 50, 60 years old, and they wanted to sort of, do not want to have any penetration on the roof, but at the same time wanted to have the superstructure that they can use. So which is, which has been challenging from a structural perspective, but other than that, it's a load side connected plant. So this is basically taking care of some of their, let it come up, I think one more slide. We had also done another project where, it's all about multiple technologies at IIT. Again, they wanted to differentiate between a thin film and a mono and a multi and a tracker and so on. So all of them have been put on the ESP building of IIT Madras, if some alumni are here. And, again, they wanted to sort of test the performance between string and central and so on, because they wanted to check their, the smart load control that has been designed by IIT. This is another plant that we had done about a year back, for Premier Explosives. This company is very close to Hyderabad in Nalgonda. This is for their Premier Explosives factory, which is again, this is a captive plant, 250 kilowatt, and this is connecting, to their load side and meeting their, requirements on the load side. This is a tracker-based system, a single-axis tracker, which is good for this kind of things. You really do not need a dual-axis tracker for, places like AP and Tamil Nadu. And, this system has been good. I'll talk about some of the challenges that we have also faced. This is another captive plant, rooftop plant, for an IT SEZ company called Empire Plaza. They have 13 floors of IT companies, and they wanted to have a rooftop which is feeding into their loads. This is a fixed structure, non-penetrating type, and this is with the Shuko inverters and so on. We have also done one for SH Group here, where we had done, this is a very recent project, 216 kilowatt peak. Again, a ground mounted single axis tracking, which is basically used for their Srinivasa Foods and, feeders plant. It's basically connected to their load side. This is in Nuzivedu in Andhra Pradesh. And also we have done, one which is in, in the Mindspace IT Park for a company called Colruyt. It's a Belgian company. So they have their canteen on the rooftop, and they wanted to have a superstructure where the canteen space is used, but at the same time filled with solar panels so that they can, sort of feed into their requirement. And then this is another one for the research park at Tharamani in Chennai. Again, this is a 13th floor building where, if you know, the Hotel Ginger is on the 13th floor. This is on top of the 13th floor as what you are seeing. Again, the structure is elevated because they wanted to keep this 8 feet of space where they can use the roof space well, and these are all anchor bolted to their existing existing columns there. So quickly, I think let's talk about what has on the load side connected the rooftop plants, that whatever that I had shown you, few of this. The big advantage is, one is it requires a very minimal approval. You really do not have to go through a huge approval process for setting it up. And I believe this is the one which gives you the best value for money as well, because this, basically you are connecting, you are consuming it. So if you are at, 6 rupee 90 paisa, and if you are able to sort of set this up, at a lower cost, then you pretty much, get your money back fairly quickly. And you are also eligible for M&A subsidy, but I know I've heard a lot of speakers talking about, we should get out of the subsidy regime itself, but you do get a 30% subsidy on this and of course you do not have any wheelings or transmission or any of these other charges which are there for the other plant. And this is a lower cost because you are just feeding it onto the LT side at 440 volts. You really do not have to take it up to 11 or a 33 kV and then do that, because that does add to your cost.